that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, so we pump hard, get a fists up. We gonna rage on till our day gone.
Tell 'em I'm from a city on the map that you couldn't point out, but I rep that place.
And we are on the air, just like we are every Tuesday, more or less. 6 o'clock.
Couldn't change it this time.
Nope.
No matter how much ESPN fought with us, we stuck it out for people, for you, for our listeners.
That's right. It is etched in wet concrete. So there you go. Subject to change, but like we say, talking about injury reports, week to week, day to day, but aren't we all?
Yeah, I mean, we really are day to day here. The last time the management was sitting out there mingling around outside of our studio.
Keeps it fresh.
You guys keep it fresh.
Keep shining your toes.
I've been looking for a new co-host anyway.
Oh, all right. Hey, for those of you wondering what this drivel is, this is the show we call The Other State of Hockey. This is the only full-time devoted media outlet to the greatest sport on the face of the earth.
Yes.
Hockey of all forms.
All forms. I mean, because we have to remember, because we even talk, I mean, people want to talk travel.
Yep.
Our travel programs, we will, because we have a lot of parents and kids, and they're doing good. We'll talk about them. Doing bad,
absolutely. I think the only thing we don't talk about is bubble hockey, probably. That's about it. Bubble hockey,
I'm
street
awesome
hockey.
at bubble. I mean, I grew up, my dad's bar had one, so I grew up playing. I'm phenomenal. I'll beat you 1-0. I'll beat everybody 1-0.
We got to drag one in here one day.
Have a tournament.
Yeah.
Listeners.
Woo!
But the machines break all the time. That's the big thing.
Kidding.
They're a huge maintenance.
And I actually knew a guy that had like that long stick. The defense when I was going the corner with the stick.
I know one, Billy Longstick.
Billy Longstick.
Billy Rose.
Yeah, Billy Rose. He knows he's out there too.
He's out there listening.
He's out there listening. All right, there's your shout out, Billy. All right. Anyways, The Other State of Hockey, as per usual, every Tuesday. We are powered by webcast1live.com.
That's right.
Along with a bunch of other great sponsors, which we could not make this happen without.
No. We got a great spot, and they're still lining up. I love it. I love that this show is.
Yep.
Someone's picking it up.
I'm just glad this isn't a hocky market like all the rest of the media outlets would try to convince you.
We'll be on at 2 a.m. Maybe that's what ESPN was here for.
We're broadcasting from the trunk of our car.
Yeah.
All right. What's happening in hockey? Well, let's start off. We got the much maligned Maple Leafs. Toronto Maple Leafs got off to a bit of a slow start, and.
We're talking about heads rolling.
Oh, my God. When Babcock came to town, they thought, oh, this is it. He's the savior. And then they brought in, what's his name, the general manager from Lamoriello.
Oh, yeah, after Burke.
Yeah, yep. They brought in Lamoriello, and they thought, oh, this is going to be a complete culture change. And they still started out of the gate stumbling, of course. And people in Toronto just don't understand the fact that rebuild takes longer than, 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
You still got to recite. You might go through a couple of lean ones, but that being said, they actually been.
I'm sorry, who do they? But they depend on who? Lupul? Would that be their big goal scorer?
Lupul and Kadri, I think, are their two biggest guns.
Yeah, and I mean they're both pretty. They're great players. They're not.
They're not top line.
Yeah,
they're not a top line.
No.
But unfortunately for those guys, as we've said before, they play against the top lines of other teams.
Right.
Because they may not be the best, but they're the best that they got.
Right. So. Even when I coach now, I still will circle a player's number on a board if they have a killer player. I wouldn't circle. If I was coaching, I wouldn't circle. No.
Well, and what they're doing right now, they have a bit of a balance. They're all equally horrible, I guess. Well, that would be the joke, I would say. Maybe they're finding a little bit of balance. Who knows? But these guys have got points in 7 of their last 8 games.
Mm-hmm. And
part of it, the big thing has been going back and forth about goaltending. Who's the best goaltender on that team? Don't get me wrong. Both those goalies, Reimer and Bernier, both are world-class goaltenders. We just had the coach on a couple of weeks ago.
Right. I would go with Reimer.
And actually, Bernier got hurt, and Reimer took the reins. Actually, there for a bit, it seemed like Bernier was and for my just watching from a purist, there you go, the term that you like to throw around. From a pure goaltending for as far as position and just playing the position well, Bernier just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
That being said, he got hurt, he struggled a little bit, and Reimer just looks unbelievable right now.
Start a week, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't know if he got one of the starts, but he should have, honestly.
I think he did.
Yeah. He's for just being on a tear like he is on that team, I think that's unreal. So we'll see how long he rides it out. And we like to attribute it all to our buddy Steve Briere.
Yes.
But I know you're not listening out there, but actually, no, he might be listening on the YouTube.
He knows we're probably going to give him praise, so he probably is listening.
Yeah.
Probably sent him with his girlfriend. Hey, listen.
Or his wife.
Or his wife. What are you?
Pam.
Sorry.
Pam is going to kill me.
Sorry there.
All right. Let's see what else is going on. Semyon Varlamov,
Yes.
goaltender from Colorado, looks like he's on the shelf for probably a couple of weeks, it looks like. And interesting to see Patrick Waugh, my personal goalie hero.
Yes. Don't know why, but that's cool. Go ahead. Go on with your bad self.
You're Flyers all the time. He's been playing Redo Berra, who's not surprising. He's probably the best that they have behind Varlamov.
Okay.
But last year, there was a couple of incidents that you can tell he really was not feeling Berra. They called a couple times when Varley wasn't able to go, they actually called up a guy from Lake Erie to play to start ahead of him. So, it makes you wonder, what happened? All of a sudden, Patrick's got a little bit of faith in him. I watched the game Saturday night when they were in Montreal. He actually looked pretty decent in that game against us.
Yes.
And they won 6-1, 6-2, something like that. It was he just was solid. We just couldn't beat him. So you never know. We'll see how it goes for Rado. I know he's kicked around a lot in the American League. I know we saw him a lot here actually in Des Moines playing for various teams. So.
Right. Now, most goalies coming up feel neglected, coming up through the minors and, just the coaches that aren't goalie coaches or hockey coaches.
Yep.
Now, I wonder how it is to have a goalie as the head coach,
I know. There's only one other I can think of right now in the NHL, and it's Jeff Blashill for Detroit.
Yeah.
He was a former Des Moines Buck goaltender.
Wow. Look at you. History, facts.
Do my research, bud. My research. But anyway, so just thinking about it, I honest to God can't think of another goalie off the top of my head who's been a head coach.
No, I can't. I mean, I really don't. I know a lot of tough guys that become coaches.
Yeah.
A lot of fourth line guys.
Yeah.
I think they're the best coaches.
Yeah, a lot of those guys who probably weren't blessed with the most talent, but who understand the game
and worked hard and learned and knew working hard will get you there.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys were had average to mediocre playing careers.
Right, crisp. Right.
Yeah,
he was
Kirk Muller. I mean,
right.
Just a blue collar worker. I think he probably got a bit of a raw deal on coaching, but anyways, we're getting off track.
Maddie's a good coach, our producer coach.
I bet she would be. She keeps us.
She coaches us.
She manages our lines. So.
Yeah, wait until she see what we said about our locker room.
This is our locker room. Right? Look up at the board. This is our.
Sad.
Yeah, Patrick Kane.
Yes. Oh.
50 Shades of Kane's finally behind him. Didn't seem to slow him down. He's on a 13-game point streak, I believe now. Mm-hmm. Boy's on fire, and and Keith is back now too. Came back Saturday night. So we were curious how long that it didn't seem to hurt him. Actually,
it didn't hurt them at all, and they did the same thing last year when Kane got hurt.
Yeah,
the team just pulled it together.
The team is so balanced as far as scoring. It's such a machine. Quenneville's. Speaking of guys who had mediocre playing careers, Quenneville, I remember when he played, he was a tough, work it out, blue collar, lunch pail kind of guy.
Right.
And he's instilled that everyone's playing full 3 zones. And
now, and I want to say, because talking about the Blackhawks, we asked players back when we were doing podcasts, who would they want? And they all said Jonathan Taves. Right?
Yep.
I mean, I just heard that John Tortorelli was saying back when he was on NHL Network, his last day there or whatever, they were talking about the greatest NHL players and who would you ever want? And he said, same thing. Taves.
So we've had, that team's had Kane go down. They've had a couple other guys. Seabrook, I believe, was hurt for a while. Now we saw what Keith being out has done. Yeah. What would happen if they lost? I'm not going to ever wish it on him, but for a team to lose a guy of that, we've talked about
every person.
Yeah, their big back defense guy's gone, and they still managed to pull it off. Kane was out last year. They still made a strong playoff push, and he came back and he pushed them through. I think it does not speak enough to how valuable that Captain Sirius is to that team.
Yeah. Captain. I mean, he doesn't smile. I mean, he is. No. It's work.
Very young when he was named captain as well.
Yeah, one of the youngest, right?
Very young. Landeskog, I believe, right now for Colorado is younger than he is, which I think that puts just too much pressure on a young kid.
Yeah, but unless the veterans are helping groom him, and we got your back.
That core in Chicago grew up together. Think about it; they came in both.
They're still growing up.
Yeah, they're still growing up. Still can't grow a beard, but. So anyway, yes, we are both modeling the Movember look. Yeah, to some degree or
a little bit.
Yeah,
I had to shave mine.
Yeah, I had my shirt and I meant to wear it, but oh well. Going on, Matt Duchene, Colorado defenseman, big defenseman. He's probably one of the legit stars on that team.
Yes.
apparently there's word that they are going to have difficulty re-signing him.
Yes.
So the concern is what happens to him. So the trade watch is on now as far as where does he go, and then it comes down to do you break the rules as far as trading if you're a GM? Do you trade within your own conference? Do you trade within your where do you go with them?
Right.
Back in the day, Rangers would never trade anyone to Philly.
No.
Unless they know they pulled the wool completely over them.
Right. They know the injury. They know the guy's coming hurt with a broken hip or something.
Right, exactly. He's on a ventilator or something.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. But interesting trade rumor I heard. Patrick Marleau, who's been a lifer with San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one more year left on his contract after this year. And he had the C torn off his jersey last year, so you got to think that's got to hurt his pride a little bit.
Right. They give it back to...
They gave it to...
Thornton?
I can't remember who they gave it to.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, we'll look that up on the break here. But that's got to sting a little bit. He's for years, he's not had an agent since his agent passed on, and because he was a lifer there. But anyways, he hired a new agent over the summer. So is that in preparation for what's happening next year?
Yeah. Yeah, because, he can go. He's still got a good 3-4 years. I'd take him.
Marleau? Oh, I'd take him right now.
Yeah.
He's good for, I'm not sure how old he is. He's probably 30.
And Philadelphia's talking about trading Drew. That's what the news and the media and Philly sports fans, but they'll trade their mom if they could. So I think we have tried.
yeah, absolutely. So, does it work out that they trade Marleau for Duchesne straight up? Be interesting. San Jose is pretty deep on defense as it is. You got guys like Vlasic and all those guys.
Yeah, no, they do. They got a good back line.
It'll be interesting to see. Following up on a story we talked about last week, Alexander Burrows and Jordan Tutu.
Yes.
The incident after a fight, they were both in the penalty box, and the jawing back and forth between both sides with the penalty timekeepers and all that whatnot in the middle.
Yeah.
The allegation from Tutu, who is not a guy to come out and
nope.
And just say his feelings were hurt or any of that kind of stuff, but basically came out saying that Burrows had made completely classless comments that were to a personal level for him. Now, we don't know if they were racial, if they were, because as we mentioned last week, Tutu is of Aboriginal descent. He's an Eskimo, basically.
Right.
What was I saying here? Burrows. So he didn't make any. He could have made a reference about the fact of his alcoholic history.
Yep.
Because we know his well-documented history of drug and alcohol.
And none of this is beneath Burrows.
No,
nothing's beneath him.
He's been known to be a classic chirper.
Yeah.
He just, will say the most insensitive things, and which that's kind of the point of chirping.
Right.
But, is it meant to be get under a guy's skin? Do you say, hey, you get, nice, good hands on that pass with a guy that blows a pass?
Right.
Psychological things like that, or do you go right for the jugular like that?
The greatest chirping scene in the movies is Slapshot.
Yeah.
Where he stands next to the goalie.
And
we can't
made a reference about his wife.
Right. Totally no class, but they got a goal and it
definitely got into him. So going back to Burrows here again. So, the thing that gets me, I don't know if I was Alexander Burrows, what I'd be more afraid of? The league coming down on me or Tutu coming after me?
I think Tutu's going to come after him, yeah.
We know Tutu's reputation. He's not a dirty player, but he's going to finish what he started.
And he's one of those guys like the old Domi who would fight you, but let you get tired, and then he'd drop you.
Yeah.
Drop you bad.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you done
now? And hold
now?
you up sometimes, and then drop you.
Yeah. You done now?
So, jeez.
Shake you like a rag doll and then slap you around a little bit more.
So he fights just like that, same way.
Yeah. So we're going to have to keep an eye on the schedule. Next time the Devils play the Canucks,
look
for Burrows to be a healthy scratch if he's smart. But as he's demonstrated before, he's not so smart.
No. Not.
Quick little thing came out today about Gary Bettman, is commissioner of the NHL.
Yeah.
They announced his salary, $8.6 million. Now, he's also been in the league, that position, for a long time.
Right.
The league's in an entirely different position than it was. The 2 lockouts. We now have salary caps. We now have rules around salary arbitration, around draft picks, around the rule changes, popularity of the game. The league has never been as in the black as it is right now.
Yes.
We do have some questionable franchises, but,
people still boom.
Yeah, well, that's his job.
Yeah,
hey, for $8 million, you could boo me all day long. Wouldn't break my heart in the least.
Yeah, I mean, well, if the Flyers, because I see him where people boot him at the Stanley Cup when he's coming out to bring out the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
Sometimes it's on home ice.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's no home ice for him. So, just interesting. If you look at the two of the other four major sports,
yes,
Roger Goodell made $44 million in 2012. Bud Selig in his last year in 06, so this is going back. The last time they released it, made 14.6. So you know that the new guy, I forget for baseball who the commissioner is now.
Yeah,
he's making some significant bank. So interesting.
Napster, because I take a nap whenever I watch it.
Yeah, no kidding. Watching grass grow. But he would, if he was a player, he'd be the 5th highest paid player in the league. So I like to see Bettman on some skates.
Are you ready, girl?
Looks like we're ready to go to a break.
Come on,
and
Coach.
we will be back with the second period of hockey.
Other state hockey.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuck-a-Pop. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon. The goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild, hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the mega We Sell Everything superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stanbro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com.
From Iowa, yeah. It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, sweet pump park in a big.
All right, so I know I tell everyone about this, but I'm going to tell you again. Fuzzy Tacos.
Hey, we had a note on the Facebook page about Fuzzy Tacos.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes.
So we've it's reaching a few people. And this guy said that you guys are absolutely right. It's the best joint he's ever been to.
No, the cream that they put this stuff in, you're going to always ask for extra. You're always going to ask for extra, and you're going to sit there. I mean, I'm like scraping like when the end of that burrito part that you kind of throw away,
yeah,
with nothing on. You wind up like dipping that in the sauce, and you sit there and eat it like it's like a nacho.
Ooh.
I mean, look,
it's kind of like crust. Does Andy eat all that?
I mean, every time I've gone there now, it's one of those things where you're halfway through the burrito and you're like, oh, give me another one. But then by the time you get to the end, you're full and you're like, oh, but it's so good.
I can muscle through it.
I could do this. Choo-choo train that could. So anyway, I've been up there now 5-6 times easily. And so now they have another location just opened up in Des Moines. Fuzzy Taco is at 2732 Southeast. No, that's the one in Ankeny.
That's the one in Ankeny, Delaware.
Yeah, that's one on Delaware Avenue, across the street from Carl Chevrolet.
Yep.
Then the other one is the Fuzzy Taco Shop on 300 West Martin Luther King Drive Parkway, Suite 120. I don't even need the suite. You just look for the sign, Fuzzy Taco. You can't miss it. Anyway, go there, hit it up for lunch, breakfast, dinner. Tell them I sent you in. But and man, I told you before. If you can come back and tell me that's not the best burrito or taco you've ever had, in 10 years I'll buy you another one free on me. Right, 10 years.
Writing that
10 years. Put that date down. Put that date down, Maddie.
In 10 years. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Welcome back to the other state of hockey, 1350 Des Moines ESPN. Big time, the former podcast legends.
Yes.
Derek Henry, Frank Mank. They said it wouldn't last. They may be right, but for now, we're rolling.
I guess I'm not allowed to threaten our bosses at ESPN like I did last week on the show, but
that or they just didn't listen.
No. I think I might have got a pink slip. I got to go talk to somebody about. But
well, I think my mailing address is probably the mailing address for the show. So well, I'll have to check see if you get any mail.
If they threaten to fire me because I threaten them, we'll wait and see what I do with them. I'm just kidding.
Oh wow, love it. All right, back to hockey.
Yes.
Instead of our other recreational.
I'll drop the gloves with them then. There's hockey.
He's going to drop the gloves. There you go. Crosby and the Penguins.
Man, what about
what the HE double hockey sticks is happening in Steeltown?
I don't know. This is the worst I've ever seen, and usually I take real delight in it.
Yep.
And now it's like just gotten sad.
Yeah, it has. Well, a couple things have happened that are worth talking about. The captain, Mr. Sid the Kid, arguably, yes. I will say arguably, the best player in the world.
Yes.
One of them for sure. He's definitely a marquee player. There's no question of that. 2 goals through 17 games. 2 goals.
He's never went through this. He's never gone through.
No, this is a funk. Now, he did score the game winner, or the shootout winner in against Montreal last week. But, of course, we know that doesn't count as a goal, which I think it should. Someone has to get credited for a game-winning goal.
No, not in a shootout. Come on, Mr. Purist. No way.
Well, actually, no. The reason I remember that is back when I worked in the East Coast League.
Yeah.
That actually was the rule. The guy who got the shootout winner actually was credited with a goal because the goalie is still credited with a shot for that.
Huh, are they really?
Yeah. So if the goalie's credited with a shot that beats him,
you got to credit the shooter.
Someone's got to be credited with a goal. So anyways, besides that, Sid, and it was a pretty nice movie made on Condon.
Yes.
And the Princeton grad. It's a pretty nice move. Came in slow, tic-tac, 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 turned him over the glove. But, he's got millions of dollars worth of skill. You just wonder how hard is he just grabbing that stick right now. I mean, he's just got to be squeezing. Every time he looks up, and he's really trying to pick small spots. And it's the same thing we said about Bobby. It's like the ketchup bottle.
Yeah. Keep
banging on it, and the first bit comes, the rest of it's come gushing.
Yep.
So, do you wonder?
You just lighten up a little bit. I mean, really, your shoulder, and
he literally will feel like the Zamboni's on his back.
Absolutely. I mean, but I'm telling you, I never played that level, and but I know that anyone, when you're playing a game like that, or you're doing something and you just can't get it, you start getting more and more tense, and it makes it harder and harder to do the same job.
And then you go through streaks where just anything goes on.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how stuff goes, but came out in the media yesterday that Malkin is making overtures about things being dry and horrible, and almost if you read to that, he almost sounds like he wants out of there. That's been a rumor that's floated around a couple of times now,
right?
Because for the longest time, they had these great 2 superstars, and they tried playing together, and obviously it got pretty obvious after a while that they couldn't play on the same lines. They got very different style hockey players. Yeah. And you see, actually, Kessel finally broke through. We got a couple, so.
But he's also missed a couple. I watched the game the other night, and he missed like 2 or 3, like where he got set up. I mean, Crosby set him up.
Yeah,
missed.
Yeah, whiffed. So what's going to happen there? We talked about it before. Right now, goaltending is not too bad. They have won a few games. Don't let me get on it because I know there's a few Penguins fans out there. I know they're going to be riding me pretty good about this. Right. If I don't talk about how.
For once, it's not Fleury's fault. How about that? Okay, we'll go.
Not entirely his
fault. Entirely. Not this time.
Right.
Oh, the
young
20
D,
other times.
Inexperienced D. And their 2 big guns aren't firing, or 3 big guns aren't firing that much. So, he's going to bust out of it.
They kept trading away all their D. They traded away Orpik. They traded away.
Or let them walk.
Or they let them walk, right, yeah. And it was like, because we got the superstars. It's okay. Go ahead.
We'll just score 7 a game, and you don't need defense, right?
Right.
That was the Edmonton Oilers back in the 70s.
Well, in the 80s.
80s, sorry, yeah. When Grant Fuhrer, who's considered an elite goaltender, has a goals against of 5.5, right? But anyways, that's enough about the Penguins. We're going to give a little shout out to our boys at the Oh Crap app,
yes.
grllaw.com.
Yes.
This goes out to Bobby, Bobby Raycamper, who's our legal advisor,
yes,
amongst other things. He's been on the show, giving us his any kind of legal interpretation that we need. He's always gone on about he's never going to play, because we talked about it, for the D-League guys.
Yep. A
lot of it were parents, that, hey, my kid's playing, they never played much, but looks like fun. So they go in and they try it and they light fire and they just can't get enough of it.
He always says, I'm from Hawaii. We don't play.
Hawaii, the only ice there is shaved ice. And all that. Yeah. So anyways, he was apparently challenged to a parent-son game,
right,
at Wells Fargo.
Okay.
And he said, posted on Facebook, don't worry, I'm taking it easy. I'm going to play net. And fortunately for him, I didn't see it until after he posted, holy crap, I almost died.
And he had kids.
Yeah. I
like
said,
12-year-olds.
you had 11-year-olds shooting, 10 to 11-year-olds shooting at you. And he made some comment of you couldn't believe you can actually stand there with exerting yourself wearing a furnace.
Yeah.
But
and if you're not trained to stand right, and if you are standing in the right goalie position, in number one position, that actually will hurt your back and hurt your hips.
It's not a comfortable position.
No, but once you get trained, and it's the most comfortable position. But knowing him, he never played, that number one position is not that easy. And so I'm sure he wasn't standing right. His back was probably hurting.
Oh, yeah, no, he's probably still sore. And this is a guy who's a great athlete. He's a triathlete. He's in great shape, but I guarantee you, he's probably still sore.
You could be all them things. If you ain't a hockey player, and you come out there and you don't get in right positions, your back starts to hurt, your arms start. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Ice is the greatest equalizer. So, Bobby, we hope that you had a great time. Hope you got bitten by the bug and you have the urge to slap the blades on again. But talk about ice being the big equalizer. You look at tough guys too. You talk about these guys that are these mixed martial artists and all this other kind of stuff. Ice takes care of a lot of things.
Yes, it does. It takes them knees right out.
Yep. All right. Following up on another story we talked about last week. I still love this story. Flint Firebirds. First year expansion. Well, not an expansion. They're a relocation team. I believe they used to be the Plymouth Whalers in the Ontario Hockey League. The story was last weekend that the general manager.
And we covered this story.
We did. Rolf Nielsen was the owner. Sorry.
Yes.
He fired the head coach, John Gruden, who we talked about was a journeyman, average
not
player.
John Gruden.
Not the football guy. No, sorry.
He'd be a good coach, though, no matter what he does. But go ahead.
He'd be on ESPN. So, anyways, the owner turned around and fired the coach, and apparently it was over the amount of playing time that his son was getting. His son is also a player on the team.
So the owner, son is on the team.
Yes. And apparently the son called out the firing in front of the other players in the locker room, and he threw his jersey down and said he was quitting. Said he couldn't put himself in front before his boys. Boys all got up and walked out. They had a pile of jerseys in the middle of the locker room. On the dry erase board says, we'll be back when the coach is back. And the next day, coach was back. All the players ran back. So you're thinking, what is this going to do to focus this team? Because every team, you talk about, you got to have that common focus. You look back at the 1980 Olympic team because they all hated the coach.
Right.
That was a common uniting thing.
Absolutely.
That and beating the Russians. So here we have now players that love this coach so much they're willing to put their hockey careers on as a sacrifice for this.
Yep.
And so now they're all back. They had a big sort of follow up on the story. They had a big win against the Sarnia Sting, which is a upper echelon team in the Ontario Hockey League. Scored the first couple of goals, and they had just a great.
Bet you're fired up on that bench, boy.
They got these boys. That's got to be such an amazing chemistry in that room.
Yeah,
I mean, we talked about it off air. It's like Major League, the movie Major League, where they all hated the owner,
right?
And they're winning despite it. But these boys are bought into this coach, and they love this guy. They're, like I said, willing to sacrifice their careers for it.
Well, if someone's scouting a team or you're trying to draft somebody, and one of these guys is on the team. They say you draft by character. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you draft character players. I mean, no matter what level, you're going to be a superstar. If they don't have the character.
Right. Because it's more than a head count. You can put the best players in the world together, and it does not make a team.
Right. I mean, that was my talk this week in coaching our pregame talk. I said, you have a difference between your reputation. I said, you guys can all go to school and talk about how you're a hockey player. I said, but if we go out there and beat this team today or play our best against this team, you get to sit by yourself and know you're a hockey player, and that's character. And all the kids were like, whoa! Except for one kid who's a goofball on the team, great kid, and he goes, so wait, we're supposed to, the Reputation's a good one? And everyone just started laughing. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's what those kids got. And that's
Well,
what made me think
you
of that
reached
story.
most of them in the room. Good job.
Maybe once or two.
So, talking about scoring being down, we did talk about that last week and the changes coming. So, game Saturday in Toronto in the American Hockey League between the Marlies and the Ice Caps, combined 17 goals in one game. Not a weekend, not a month, in a weekend. Game ended up going to overtime. So, there you go.
And what happened in overtime?
No goals in a 3-on-3 format. So, Marlies won at 9-8.
Okay.
St. John's going in early in the third period had an 8-4 lead, and they came back to tie it. The Toronto goalie Bibo had allowed 8 goals on 34 shots. Zach Fukale, who was in net for the Ice Caps, had 8 goals on 31 shots, and so you figure, oh, this is about power plays, you know,
Right. Yeah,
special teams.
something's got to be going on.
Yeah, total of 3 power play goals out of that 17 goals. Toronto had 2 and the Caps had 1. So they each had, Marlies had 5 chances. The Ice Caps had 4. So you got to wonder what's happened. So everything else, even strength and nothing in overtime. Counterintuitive to everything everybody's talked about. Maybe they're sneaking in the big nets for that one. But there was an interesting post I did see on the internet last week and talking about wanting to get scoring increased. And they said, well, why don't we just put an Edmonton Oilers jersey on every goaltender?
That's so wrong.
It's wrong, but hey, it's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny. So I'll start this one. I know we got to soon come up on a hard break here, but I want to go on about the All-Star game.
Okay.
And just we'll lead into a bit of history. The All-Star game started off actually as a benefit game.
Right.
It was for Ace Bailey.
Right.
And actually Eddie Shore, who's mentioned frequently in the movie Slapshot, was the reason that Ace Bailey went out. He was basically tripped and cracked his skull on the ice. And due to that skull fracture, he was unable to play again. And basically that game was...
And Eddie Shore played in the game.
He did play in the game. And there's pictures of him shaking his hand, Ace Bailey's hand.
Right.
But that game was made up of the Stanley Cup champions, and we were the Toronto Maple Leafs, I believe, at the time.
Yep.
And a all-star team of the other teams.
Played against them.
That played against them. It was a charity game. And it continued for a couple of years. And then it eventually turned into the traditional conference against conference.
Yes.
Now, interesting thing, it used to be a preseason game.
Really?
Now we look at it as the midseason class. Baseball type thing. Every other sport does that. I guess preseason will be the World Cup this year, but
baseball does if the winning
I want to get
division.
To that.
Oh, go ahead.
Yep. You're absolutely right, though. The winning team, the game means something in baseball.
Right.
The winning team gets home field advantage in the World Series.
Right.
Because it used to alternate.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of what I'm going to get into here is the fact that this game doesn't mean anything. It's meant to be a spectacle. I get that, but it's kind of turned into a bit of a circus. So coming up on a hard break. We'll come up on a hard break here. Here's the circus. And you're listening to The Other State of Hockey on 1350 ESPN Des Moines.
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuck-a-Puck. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon, the goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild, hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the Mega We Sell Everything Superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stanbro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstambrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstambrorealestate.com.
From Iowa, yeah. It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, sweet pump park, and a big suck.
All right, there's our song, Frank. Oh, you just broke your mic. Nice job. Well, I hope we don't have a deposit in this place.
Oh, gee. Something just fell out of it, too.
You actually wasn't touching it. It just fell over. Crazy.
Thanks, ESPN.
Yeah, you are listening to The Other State of Hockey, the only full-time media outlet show to the greatest sport in the world, that being hockey of all flavors. So coming back, we're talking about the All-Star Game. We talked briefly about the history of it. So just, the format. It went from a benefit game, then it was East versus West. Campbell's versus Wales for years and years and years. And then, when the changes were made after the strike, it was East versus West because people couldn't identify with. I personally think that was a bit of a black eye on the sport, taking away those classic names, the Smythe Division.
Yeah, I know.
Adams.
Yeah.
But because I don't know where the hell they are now. You talk about the Metropolitan Division. I don't. That's. Anyways,
how much money is he getting? Say $8.6 million.
$8.6,
and that's what he came out with, the Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Sounds like an ice cream variety or something. But anyways,
Sounds
who
like
you play.
Sex in the City or something.
So there's been a couple of varieties we talked, and then they had the World versus North America.
Yes,
that was kind of leading up for the Olympics,
right?
Which I kind of liked. That was okay.
Yeah.
Now they went with this draft thing.
It's
the third year I think they're actually going to do that.
Right.
It was kind of neat when it first got off, but it kind of goes back to this game not meaning anything. It's meant to be a spectacle. I get that.
Right.
But, how exciting is it to go and watch, oh, look, a goal. Oh, another goal. Oh, no, another goal. You might as well not even have defensemen. Just put 5 forwards out there.
Yeah. And I mean, look, it's a lot of the guys, that's their vacation during the season. So most guys, and I know they all go on vacation. They all plan for it.
Yeah. Well, they need to recharge and take a couple of days just to heal and do nothing.
And that I see.
Yep.
But I mean, it's exciting to have the All-Star weekend, and you follow your players on your favorite teams. But I mean, really, I probably watched. The game comes on, I watch a little bit, and then I'm Facebooking, Candy Crushing, I'm crushing it. So
my favorite thing about the whole All-Star weekend is the skills competition.
Skills,
and they were talking about getting rid of that. I mean, basically, that's what the game has turned into.
And people are here, so that's real smart. Let's get rid of the one thing that people refer to all the time. Announcers always, he won.
He has the hardest shot.
Yeah, he was the fastest skater.
Yeah.
They still talk about that.
I still remember L.I. Afraidy going 104, I think it was, with a wooden stick. And with his ugly mullet hanging out the back. And
hey, you watch it now. Mullet.
Mullet.
No, but you know what I mean, though. Every announcer uses stuff from that All-Star skill.
Fastest skater.
Yep.
And talking about the target shooting and stuff like that.
I mean, Al McGinnis.
Yeah.
He hardest shot. And then it was, I think Pronger got it once.
Yep.
And then it was mostly Char. But Al McGinnis had it for a long time.
Oh, and I just think about these guys now with their composite sticks. You look at Char, he's got that 9-foot-long pole. And you just wonder what guys like McGinnis would have done with a stick like that. I mean, he probably would have broke the sound barrier or something. Tore a hole in the space-time continuum or something. So, anyways, word is out now. Apparently, the NHL is contemplating turning the All-Star Game into a 3-on-3 tournament. I have not heard much detail around it.
Yeah.
We're going to gimmickise it. I know they're trying to capitalize on the popularity of the 3-on-3.
Are we not giving players to the Olympics anymore, right? That's going to stop?
That's potentially going to stop because the next Olympics in Korea, I think, South Korea. Okay. So you're looking at players, the season stopping like they did this year to go to Russia was bad enough. Now to go to the other side of the planet.
Yeah. It was great hockey, though.
It was good hockey.
I loved it.
Putin didn't like it, but it's all right.
Did you see Putin play hockey? He plays hockey.
I have seen it. He looks like he could fit right in with the average CRD league.
And it's funny, he scores like 10 goals.
Yeah, because everyone gets out of the way and the goalie hides behind the net.
No, they don't. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, he's the only guy packing heat on the ice probably too. So, the thing that really gets me is, like, what do we do with this game? Is it going to just continue to turn into a circus? Or are we going to just continue to look for the next gimmick? I personally would love to see a way that we could actually make the game count for something. But the other side to talk about too is, there's a lot of
home ice, like baseball.
Like baseball.
I like that rule. I like that.
Now the other thing we talk about, players needing looking forward to those couple of days off.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have guys like Crosby, who's not played in the last 4 All-Star games.
Picked to play, but
either chose not to or was injured. Now we know all about his concussion injuries and stuff like that. And yeah, guys are hurt. I get that. But that's part of the spectacle of this game. If you're in any way, in shape, form to be able to go, it's your duty as a player to go and put on this spectacle.
To promote the game.
But talking about, wanting to change the format, anything we can do to change the format from it being, oh, look, a goal. Oh, look, another goal. Oh, look, another goal. The goalies are almost crying when they know it's their turn to go in because they know they're going to get 12 goals against them.
I mean, they're just all messing around. They totally, they don't really go all out.
I mean, how boring is the third period? Oh, it's 14-12.
Right.
Oh, the next goal is really going to matter.
Yeah. Team Lindstrom might win.
Yeah. Who the hell is he, right? In the last 4 games, 94 goals scored.
How many?
94 in the last 4 All-Star games.
Sounds like my men's league when I'm going.
Against. So, anyways, talking about rule changes in bigger nets, Marty Brodeur actually came out and said that bigger nets he feels are inevitable and nobody will notice.
Well, in the beginning,
I guarantee that there will be notice. And it'll be the guys with the pads on.
As well trained as those players are in that net, they're going to know.
But like we talked about, what level does that fall down to? Does that go down to
start all the way bottom
beer league? Does that go to the USHL? Does it have to be tried in the AHL first?
I think they started out. I mean, there's every rink that plays hockey, mini mites. Well, mini mites we use small nets, but once you're into that full run game, I think everyone does it.
Outlaw shot blocking. That's what we'll do to increase goal scoring.
Yeah.
That's half the shots or shot attempts are blocked.
Yeah,
and they got everybody blocking pucks. So. Anyways, Marty Brodeur, actually his son's playing for Penticton in the BCHL, won their 21st game in a row.
Wow.
His kids, after Jersey did not sign him, go figure.
He's not a goalie, though, right?
He is a goalie.
He is a goalie.
Yep, and did not sign him. Stopped 45 of 46 shots for I believe it was 2-1 win. So.
Sounds like me last night.
Yeah.
Championship game. 5-1, we won.
All right, we'll go quickly into things that happening around here. Wild, 3-11, 1-2. What can we say? Went into Grand Rapids, one of the few teams that's actually behind us in the standings, and we made them look like Stanley Cup champions.
Yep.
Lost 5-2. Grand Rapids popped in like 3 or 4 in rapid succession, and I think we're just on our heels. Goaltending uncharacteristically did not look as sharp as it has. So, this team that doesn't score much, they got to rely on their goalies. So, then this weekend we had Rockford in town, team that's owned us in the past. We've talked a lot about it. They wore what I called the Captain America jerseys.
Camouflage one?
No, the Heroes jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
Red, white, and blues with the stripes on the shoulders. Looked pretty sharp. Friday night, 5-2 loss. Outshot again. Brian Bickle, I know that guy's name, $4.5 million, I believe, is what he's getting paid from Chicago. Got the game-winning goal. Outshot 40-29. So once again, this team's getting outshot. Saturday, they turned around, scored first goal, and actually they traded goals, 3-3 going in the third.
Okay.
Actually hung with these guys a little bit. Power play goal late in the third, got them in trouble. So, they actually outshot an opponent. I think that's only the 3rd or 4th time they've actually done that this year.
Now, are you seeing from just being at the games, watching the games, are you seeing stupid retaliation penalties, or are these just like lazy stick between the leg penalties?
Like we talked with Heggs, it was actually, I believe the one that made the difference was a puck over the glass in the third period. So, it's like the ice gets chattery, and puck settle, trying to get the puck settled on your stick and play it off the glass. It's not going to sit down and you flip it up or whatever.
It's their own fault, though. I mean,
rule, right?
rules are rule. So you get the puck closer to the boards and do it. That's how you do it.
Or gas it in the middle, throw it in the middle. I'd rather you get ice it than
get a penalty.
Throw it out.
Right.
Some of the ones I've seen actually were a bit undisciplined. Not seeing as much of that, but once again, hurting you on a team that can't score or is having difficulty finding the net.
You're definitely going to find the net 5-on-4.
Yeah, you're not going to give a visiting team that kind of option. So, like I said, it looked much better Saturday, but still ended up losing 4-3. This week, Friday and Saturday, home Lake Erie. We'll see TJ Tynan again.
Yes.
And then Sunday, they're hitting the road to Rockford. Bucks, I know we'll get into a little bit of them in the next segment.
Right.
2 big wins this weekend.
Huge wins.
2 big.
Very exciting.
Yeah. They've had, of their 6 wins, 3 of them have come after digging a 2-0 hole.
Yes.
And the first one was in Sioux City.
Right.
And
next night was in Omaha. It was only 1 goal, I think, though.
Saturday night was, yes, they were down 1-0 and banged in 2 rapid succession.
Yes.
And I think, once again, Ruzicka stood on his head, or Rizzo, wherever we're calling him. Riz. Our boy Magoo scored on Friday night.
Yes, he did.
Tied the game up. Big, huge goal.
Yes.
And McNabb, actually, that's Rizzo's counterpart, actually looked pretty good Friday night as well. He had a penalty shot, made an insane save against. So...
And they do have that goalie position locked up. There's 2 decent goalies that can hold you in the game.
Very uncharacteristic for this franchise. It's been a long time.
Right. Yes. So then, Zach Jordan. I mean, he's just becoming a clutch player.
Yeah. Rawheiser, another good guy.
Yes. So, and that's another thing. I'm going to pull it back to what I know best. So Zach Jordan is a roller kid.
Yeah.
I've seen him at State Wars. I've seen him play with some of the professional teams down there. But great kid, and man, just got a set of hands.
You can see the stick work.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know, and we've talked a lot about this. The one skill I think that roller hockey leads itself more to is the creativity, but that puck handling.
Yes.
Because you got to work so much harder to keep that on your tape.
Once you get out, and my son has said it before, he goes out there and he's like, wow, after been a while,
yeah,
it's like, it's so easy.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
It's fine if it actually stayed flat.
Yeah, right.
But, it rolls up on its side, and you got to push and drag, and those floors, especially the inconsistency of the floors you play on.
Right.
You could play on polished concrete, you could be on sport court, you could be on hardwood floor.
Hardwood. We played most of ours on hardwood. And then we go play tournaments on court.
Right. So the inconsistency of that, it just makes you play with your head up and really focus on staying
hard.
Yeah. Put some snot on it.
We make them practice our travel roller kids. We make them practice with ice pucks on the hardwood floor.
Wow.
Passing the puck.
Wow. So this week, Bucks they're at home, believe it or not, against the U18 Team USA developmental team.
Right.
Coming up on a break here, Maddie's going to kick us off, pay some bills, and Frank's going to throw a Reese's Pieces at her. There to hit the glass. You're listening to
Hi, Joe Smith here from Leaf Guard Exteriors. We suggest you stay off your ladder and let us take care of your gutters. We'd love to come out and show you why Leaf Guard's patented seamless one-piece design is the best on the market. The only one with the good housekeeping seal, and Leaf Guard is guaranteed never to clog or will clean your gutters for free. Call us today and get 50% off installation labor on a new Leaf Guard brand gutter system. 599-1675. That's 599-1675.
Hey kids, why do you like going to the Iowa Wild games?
Crash, the t-shirt tie. I like Chuck-a-Puck. Crash always gives me a high five. It's fun catching t-shirts from the cannon, the goal horn when we score.
There's something for everyone with Iowa Wild Hockey at Wells Fargo Arena. Check out iowawild.com for the full season schedule, including a full list of giveaway nights and promotions for the family. Iowa Wild, hockey lives here.
I'm sitting here with Jeremy from Atomic Cloud Vaporium. I tried to quit smoking so many times. Patches, pills, nothing worked. Until I went to the Stop Smoking Center. And man, it has changed everything.
Here at Atomic Cloud Vaporium, we offer a solution using vaping as a replacement therapy. We have over 150 premium juice flavors and offer a wide variety of hardware. If you're serious about quitting smoking, come visit us at 3823 Douglas Avenue in Des Moines or at 328 Grand Avenue in West Des Moines. Atomic Cloud Vaporium.
This is Jordan from Flat Tire Center. There sure are a lot of places to buy tires. You can go to a warehouse club or the mega We Sell Everything superstore, or you can go to one of those anonymous websites. The same guy who sold you soap yesterday magically becomes a tire professional today, or the online tire advisors at a call center in who knows what country. We've been living, working, and driving in central Iowa for more than 50 years. Are you sure those other stores know what they're doing? Do you think they even care? If you need tires, come to Flat Tire Centers. That's flat with 2 T's because you too should ride on a flat.
Hey, this is Frank Mink, and if I had a first-round draft pick of realtors, I'd take Jen Stanbro.
Through my mortgage background and over 10 years of selling real estate in the Des Moines area, I have come to realize that my clients are my passion. Whether selling or buying your first or your 10th home, let me help you take the stress out of the process. I would love the opportunity to talk with you or someone you know that is looking to buy or sell a home. You can reach out to me by email at jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com. And Frank, that's spelled STANBROUGH. jen@jenstanbrorealestate.com.
From Iowa, yeah. It's that small place with a big heart. It's the heartland, Sweet Palm Park.
We're back for overtime. In case anybody's not noticed, we decided not to go with a guest this week. We had several potentials, but we decided, there's a lot of stuff we just are not getting to. So we're going to just devote this hour just to talking the stuff that we want to talk about. That All-Star Rant's been there for a while. Yeah.
I mean, you come in with too much.
I do. I still got stuff here.
I love it.
And we'll get this segment here now that it's been a while coming. So if we don't shut up, I guess.
Right. We just wasted time.
Yeah, there we go.
That,
so anyways, real quick, shout out for our boys, Felix and Oscars, right here on Merle Hay, right next to Hobby Lobby.
Yes.
Not far from the penthouse that we broadcast this from.
Penthouse.
Yes, penthouse at Merle Hay Towers. Moving on up. Yeah, exactly. Full service menu, full service bar, best food, best pizza food, and you know what I mean, pub food.
Yeah.
Best burgers, unreal menu. They deliver to any hotel around. You call up and say, hey, man, this is Frank. I want a medium pepperoni sitting on the table at 6:30. I'll be there. And they'll take your name, and you get there because, like you said, that Chicago-style pizza, which they learned from the masters, it's going to be there in the oven when you get there, so it's ready to come out hot and ready instead of having to sit around for 45 minutes waiting for it.
Yep.
If you don't have time and stuff like that, you just want to be able to go in with the family, sit down, and enjoy the best pizza in town. That's the way to go.
And you can call ahead and say, I need 6 tables, as many. And
there's none of this 18% minimum gratuity or per group member fees or any of that kind of stuff. These guys know how to treat a group right. They do have great service, great food.
And I've been there forever, so they know what they're doing. And it sounds like they know what they're doing.
They've been in that location since like 92 or 93.
Original sports bar.
Yeah, the original sports bar. Before that term even came around. Check them out, felixandoscars.com. Check them out on Facebook. Hey, and speaking of, check us out on Facebook. The Other State of Hockey. On Twitter, Other State of Hockey. And our email, theotherstateofhockey@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right. So this is a segment that I'm going to run out of time for you. Jay. All right. Equipment. We'll talk about equipment for kids especially.
Yes. So who cares about the guys?
Yeah, exactly. So just real quick, we'll start off talking sticks.
Yes.
Adults, try to resist the urge just cutting off an adult stick and using it for your kid.
Yeah.
I mean, sticks are obviously of different sizes, especially of younger kids. They actually need that narrower grip because their hands, they have trouble holding onto their stick if it's a huge log.
Right.
But the other thing to consider is that, you want them to, it's got to be light enough. An adult stick obviously is heavier construction, but you're not going to get any flex. So if you take an adult stick that's an 85 and cut it down 2/3, you just gave this kid a piece of rebar that's got a flex of 150 or something.
How do you think those kids, I don't think none of them could get to the flex though, but I know, because, and as a dad, if you played the sport and you pick up a junior stick for your kid, you're always like, they're going to break this.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah.
They're not going to break it.
No. It's not like wooden sticks when we were kids. Helmets. Make sure the thing properly fits. Go get it fitted. Go to the shop. I know Ryan's going to love for me to say that, but actually get it fitted. Try on more than one brand. The University of Virginia Tech study came out about the best helmets that they found. I'm not advocating that study. It wasn't entirely scientific or endorsed by the NHL, but it does show you that it's not about the money you spend. You want something that's got good protection that fits well. That HECC sticker has got to be on the back of the right ear, I believe it is.
Yeah.
It's got to have the date on it. It's got to be current. Don't use a family helmet. And there's a couple of guys around here who are famous for that. Their kids are wearing the same helmet that they wore when they played in high school. Okay? Get the things they do break. Okay? Make sure the screws are tightened once in a while, especially on the mask. And make sure that, because nothing worse as a coach. Coach, my helmet's falling apart.
I know.
Happens all the time.
Yeah.
I don't carry a screwdriver, although you think by now I probably would.
Because I do just because of that.
Right.
I mean, really.
Helmets don't prevent concussions. They prevent skull fractures.
Yes.
But that being said, need a good helmet to protect your kid's head. Can't mess with their noodle.
No.
Okay. Skates, rule of thumb, if you're going to spend any equipment on two things for your kid, and we all know how expensive this is, skates and helmets should be the two things that you keep these kids in size. We know how fast they grow. Rule of thumb: get them professionally fitted. Once again,
Yes.
because they're going to be. You want these guys to be comfortable. Get them baked. Get them heat molded.
Yep.
But the rule of thumb: be able to get 1 to 2 fingers down behind the heel.
Behind the heel, between.
Don't buy them 4 sizes too big, hoping they'll grow into them.
Yeah.
And don't, obviously, you know, if you get it to fit right now like a sneaker, they're gonna be out of them in 6 months.
I can look at a kid that's skating and know he's got too big a skate.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though I tied them tight for him, they're like almost touching the front.
Yep.
I mean, it's just, you could see they skate like they're on skis.
Yep. Shin protectors. We talked about this off the air.
Right.
A lot of kids wear them too short, I think. You know, I like them personally over the top of the tongue of the skate.
Yeah.
I know you like them tucked in.
I tucked in. Yep.
Part of my reason for that is I want the top out part of the ankle protected.
Yeah.
Which I think that gives me, and my kids both wear them like that. But I see some kids, and literally these big kids are now getting up 5.5 to 6 feet tall,
right, wearing
shin guards that are like 10 inches long.
Right.
You know,
and that's what they are. They're called 10s.
Right.
They're the 10s. They're what, 10 and a half. And
yeah, and they go up every inch after that. But you know, make sure you get a good sizing chart so you have the appropriate size fit. Gloves, don't get them too short. I see a lot of kids with a lot of meat sticking out of their arms. I mean,
because they move the wrist.
The
gloves are made.
Look at the gloves that Gretzky used to wear. He wore welder's gloves that went up to his elbow.
Right. That has nothing to do with it.
Yep. Pants, make sure they fit. Nothing drives me more than seeing kids running around on the ice with Daisy Dukes on.
Yeah. Or they look like they got.
Or they look like Fred Flintstone.
No, like hip hop pants, like they're all down here.
I see
your jock strap.
MC Hammers. Speaking of, make sure your kid's wearing a good cup. Okay,
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of them wear them right integrated into the compression pants.
Yes,
I'm a fan of those. You don't forget it. Neck guards. It's so nice the shirts that have the neck guards built into them.
Anthony has that. Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Very comfortable.
He loves it.
Yep. They're mandatory below high school and bantam, so you got to wear it anyway. So instead of it being an extra piece of equipment, just wear the shirt. Mouth guards. Can't talk enough about mouth guards. Have a good one. Kids chew on them. Enforce your kids. Keep it in your mouth. Don't just keep it off to the side. It's not a chew toy.
Right. Well, they see the pros doing that. That's all pros.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's got to be there to protect the teeth. Okay? That's the only thing it does.
That helps with concussions.
It does to a degree.
It's a little bit.
It's that jaw slamming up into your skull.
I don't want to say it's prevention, but it does help.
So we're coming up on a minute left. Can you believe it? Most important thing I want to talk about, and I know this is personal for you, is skate socks. Cut-resistant skate socks are the newest thing out now.
Right.
They actually make the full-length socks that go over your shin guards as well that are cut-resistant.
Yes.
Gladiator
and they're
makes
not that
those.
expensive.
No. The ones that you wear in your skates are the Kevlar or they're various other construction materials.
Yep.
Your kid got cut from a skate.
In practice.
Just kind of goofing around. Looked like no kind of an accident, but he got a nasty cut. I ended up pulling
you pulled the stitches out. That's right.
I did.
I'm going to actually post a picture right now on our Facebook page.
But guys, believe me, you need to have it. It keeps these kids safe. It's a new thing for neck guards. You can't mess around with having good ankle protection. Cut-resistant socks or the socks that go over the top. A couple of different brands. We're out of time.
Oh, Matty.
We're out of time. We'll be back next Tuesday. Other State of Hockey. Derek Hander, Frank Mink. You're the greatest. Maddie, you'll be here, I hope. She shrugs and smiles. The Other State of Hockey, the greatest show of the greatest sport on earth.
In the greatest state.
But I grew up here, so it's home base. Where my blood at? Those memories, they all flood back. I remember cruising Gutty Road with a